Welcome to the major semi-final between the Casey Warriors and the Sunbury Tigers here at Greaves Reserve with Ross Antonelli, the two best home teams in the competition.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. They've been the most consistent all year in attack and defence. We've got a cracking winter's day, a dry track, so really expect to see some attacking footy today.
So all in readiness here. Beautiful day, as Roscoe said there. And Aaron Tarora gets us the semi-final. Here we go. And Casey move forward.
Good, strong first defence there from the Tigers, really looking to set the tone early.
And another hit up there, Casey, and that's through to Loy. They come away, approaching the 40-metre line now, Casey.
Both teams will be looking to establish themselves early with their first set of six, both in attack and defence. So for Casey, the key really is to get to this kick, and looks like they might be setting up for that now. And Sunbury obviously trying to be really physical and get over the top early and get some good field position early on.
Past the halfway, that's Hita, and now on 5. As Nawini kicks and finds a bit of space down there, but urgently is Kirasomi, and he takes on 3 or 4, but he's finally wrapped up. In fact, he's in goal. What a great start.
Oh, you couldn't have asked for a better start. I think Casey have really shown they're ready to play with a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm. As it was really displayed in that kick chase there. They were able to trap the Sunbury Tigers in goal and earn themselves a repeat set. So it was a fantastic start for Casey Warriors.
What more can you want in a semi-final glorious day like this? A chance to attack, and that's exactly what Casey are going to do. Watine, and now here we go through. And that's Kata, and he's taken there, about 30 metres out. Watini. As Watini goes right side play. Dummy there by Nawini.
Good defence from the Tigers there. They're standing up to this challenge.
And in fact, it looks like a penalty for Casey right in front of the posts.
I think he's got him for a knock on actually, mate. I think he's ruled that they lost control of the ball. It was a loose carry. And I don't know where we got a tip off from a touch judge there, but Sunbury will be thrilled with that. They've defended, they tried to be really physical, and they forced an error on their repeat set. So good effort by them.
So scrum feed to Sunbury.
All the Sunbury guys, I'm sure, will be looking for their first touch of the ball and try and settle some nerves now after having that defensive set.
Scrum, in fact, look, it's one against the feet.
That is unreal. That is unreal.
Casey, what a spectacular play. Can they get some reward on it? Rawini, and he changes it up and gives it across to Sweet. Sweet's taken right in front of the uprights. Rawini left-hand side play. And that's very close. That's Kata. Driven back. Very close here, Casey.
This will really test the Sunbury defence here.
Here's Watini. Shifting it wide now. And that's Peligutu. He's very close. And he's still going, but well held by Sunbury. And now, Tini.
Just short, just short.
What will they do? Again, they go right. And here's an opportunity, and this is the first try. That's Jesse McQueen. Great chance in the corner.
Oh, well, they just built some pressure there, really off the back of their kick chase, and just a nice little short side play there. They had the numbers, 3 on 2. Nawani picks the right man, and McQueen's over in the corner. I think, that's just been an absolutely fantastic start. Sunbury haven't even had a chance to carry the ball into the Casey defensive line, and they will be absolutely thrilled with the way that they've started this match, Casey Warriors.
Well, Roscoe, you've got to pick that scrum win against the feed. That's something you don't see nowadays in rugby league. To get that in an occasion like this, what a momentum changer.
Oh, it'd be interesting to see how many times that's happened in the season. I can't remember that happening in this VRL season. So that's a fantastic play. The Casey Warriors executed it well, put the big push on, got the ball on, used their momentum they've created it here in the first couple of minutes of play, and got the points.
Here's Sean Nawini looking to try and convert his 59th goal for the year. It's wide out. He strikes it okay, but it's just up, shaved away. So Casey, very early start here, 4-0 in front of the Sunbury Tigers. As we restart us. And again, Sunbury hardly have touched the ball, but Casey are going to try and come back, and that's Kata. And a pretty good run early on. As Watini goes right-hand side, and Casey move it forward once again. Almost a penalty there.
Yeah, pushing the limits.
And that's not good. Lost that ball, and now Sunbury, an early opportunity for them to get a bit of momentum.
Yeah, it's really important when you finish you score a try that you finish your set off with a kick the following set. So Casey putting themselves under a little bit of pressure here, and Sunbury will be very grateful to see the ball in good field position. But as I say that, they make a mistake, and that opportunity's gone to waste.
Yes, Eli Vol not playing the ball correctly, and looks like he's knocked it on.
Yeah, I think the referee's ruled that he's lost the ball in the ruck. Might have been a little bit of assistance with that, but the referee's ruled packing a scrum down, and he was in a good position to see that, so we'll have to go with that decision.
Well, the Casey Warriors try another push-over scrum. Well, it's taken by their New Zealand Warrior counterparts in the NRL.
Well, they've got the feed, so I'm sure that they'll just be trying to hold the weight off, and Sunbury might try and put them back on them. Who knows?
And almost sort of something happened there, but Casey will look to bring it out, and
good first contact there.
Settling play, that's Pisa. Again, moving forward, the Warriors. Well wrapped up there by Watini, and again, some very strong defence. A lot of numbers by Sunbury.
Mate, they're getting their numbers in there. They're really wanting to halt the momentum. Any momentum Casey are building here. So they realise the importance of it early on.
So Nawini looking to outfox them there. And again, a poor play of the ball and knocked on.
Yeah, it's just been a little bit sloppy around the play of the balls already. A few times today we've seen a couple of errors. And I'm sure that both coaches won't be happy with that. They just want to get through their sets early on in the first 10 minutes of the match, and so far there's already been a number of errors. So both teams need to rectify that. Otherwise, it could be a long match.
A few jitters perhaps in the semi-final.
Yeah, maybe. Both teams have some pretty experienced players and representative players. So you'd imagine they'll be trying to get the ball in their hands and have an influence over the younger players.
So Lavica looks to get it out of Sunbury's half, and they almost get up to halfway, and that's Brendan Fry, and now Nathan Young motors past halfway. So now Sunbury looking to get some momentum early on, and here's to Roy, and it looks a pretty high looking tackle there, and in fact that's what the ruling goes.
Yeah, just copped him a little bit high there. There's obviously no intention to get high, but it's a good opportunity for Sunbury to now go from a set piece and be able to structure their set so they can test the Casey defence.
Aaron Taroy misses. He fails to find touch, and that's a poor error as Casey now look to try and turn some defence now into attack through their fullback. And now they shift it wide, and here's Asalusa.
Certainly an adventurous play there, but what's really key for Casey is they've got to get to their kick. They've got to get another good chase. When they were able to do that out of their own half before, they got the result, so they need to work to that again.
Piece of wrapped up there. And now Watini moves it on the inside, and Casey looking to pass halfway. And now they do so. Some double pumping, and it's a poor carry, but no damage done. That's Pisa. Remaining here for the Casey Warriors is Joe Watini, and now they kick through, and that's through Nawini, and it's a high kick, but well fielded in the end, and that's Kirasomi.
Yeah, while the kick wasn't as deep as he would have liked, I think the principle of saying, we need to get through our sets, we need to get out of here, let's try and get the ball downfield and try and tackle our way into making an error.
So some strong recovery work by the outside backs, and in fact, here's a penalty for Sunbury again.
Yeah, another high tackle. They're going to have to sharpen that up. That's two tackles, 2 penalties for 2 high tackles in 2 sets from Casey Warriors. They need to get discipline and hit their target area in the tackle where a little bit lower.
This time, Aaron Taroy finds touch. He makes sure of it, and now Sunbury move down the line, and that's Young struggling, but some good defence by Casey, really getting involved there. And now they shift it through Taroy. And that's Ruben Rennie. That's a strong carry. And now they move forward, and some very good contact. That's on Eli Vol. He's really put away there by Casey. And here they go again. They go that right-hand side, and it's well shifted. Again, Rennie doing it well. And here's Taroy. Here's a big kick. Coming down the end, and well taken, and surely that could be a try. What's going to be the ruling there? It's Brendan Fry, but it looks like some deliberation here.
I think he was in front of the kicker, mate. Yeah, so he's gone inside the 10. There's a Sunbury chaser in front of the kicker, so a relieving penalty there for Casey after the hearts are in the mouths, and they'll look to kick for touch and try and ruck it upfield again.
Well picked up, Roscoe. That's why you're here with me with your eyes where I can't be.
I thought you were going to say that's why I'm hearing the big bucks, but obviously that's not true.
As Casey settling place, so I think both teams really just trying to figure out what they're going to do and settle into a game that's been a bit erroneous so far, Roscoe.
Yeah, I think both teams are trying to find their rhythm, and both teams have had an opportunity in good field position to try and apply a bit of pressure to the opposition. But it's clear to me that both teams have come here with the intent in defence. They're both trying to be really physical in defence and get their numbers in and win the tackles. So I think that's probably bringing around some of those errors, as we see another kick there from Nwani.
And well contained in the end. That's Kerasomi, some good work this time recovering the football. So Sunbury will look to try and bring it out of their own half.
And when they've made those kicks down on their right-hand side, Casey, they've been able to pin the Sunbury Tigers in the corner and really start to apply some pressure to them and build pressure and build pressure and build pressure. And that's just what they need to keep doing.
It looks pretty high.
Now, unfortunately, this is going to release a lot of the pressure that they've just built.
Just some ill-discipline creeping into both teams. Just the tackling not really hitting the mark there.
And I think the referee he's just having a chat with the Casey captain, just saying, listen, mate, that's 3 penalties for high tackles the last 3 times you guys have had to tackle. So, just giving a general caution there.
And to Roy, and that's a very good touch finder. Okay, here they go again. So Sunbury looking to really get their first try on the board. And now they go through a bit of a tip-on play. That looks pretty full. In fact, look, Casey have got it back. That's some, again, poor work by Sunbury. Just too eager and made the technique not serving them well there.
I just think it was the timing of the run, of the support runner that put the pass under a little bit of pressure, and it even looked forward from our angle. So I know the Julian Keddy, the Sunbury Tigers coach, he won't be happy with that. It's another error inside their own half.
So Waka Sweet, very strong run, and at the post you can see there, here's Casey. Really going strong running here. That was Carter once again. Here's Watini, and now they're going to shift it.
Sunbury have got their numbers right on their right-hand edge there.
Tina Gotu doing well, and he's gingerly walking up and shifts it wide. Here's a cross-field kick. And hold the phone, there's another try, they're claiming it, and that's Pelagutu. And they've given it. Casey score again.
Well, that's a fantastic result for the Casey Warriors. As you see, a kick here from Nwani. He's been fantastic with the boot at the first half of the game, and unfortunately, Kirasomi just couldn't quite handle it. And the Warriors were there, ready to pounce, and that's what enthusiasm does in the first part of the game.
Sean Nawini stepping up there as he's done all season. Roscoe, he's the leading goal kicker. He's also second in terms of the tries, scored with 11 this year. Doing a great job for his team.
Yeah, he's definitely been one of the most consistent players for Casey Warriors this year in the Victorian Rugby League. He represented Victoria in the Affiliated States Championships when we went over to Adelaide and played really, really well and earned himself a jersey in the combined Affiliated States team, which is travelling over to the Cook Islands in September.
Fantastic stuff, and Nawini, that looks pretty good, and he's waved away. So Casey, they lead 8-0. Sunbury.
And they're playing really well. They're, when they're completing their sets and getting to the kick off Nawani, it's looking really, really good for them. So what's absolutely key, they can't afford another error here. They need to get through their set, get the kick, and get that strong, enthusiastic chase happening again.
Casey moving in out through, that was Toilu. And again, some fancy work, and here's another run. Casey passing the halfway, still going. That's Pisa.
Off a great offload by Manase.
As Watini shifts it right-hand side. Now Casey looking to really combine well again. It's put away. That was Matt Constantino out in the field. And now again, here's Casey, some nice hands. And they're still going. That's Jeremiah Lisi. That's McQueen.
That was McQueen, yeah. He scored the first try, and he's looking speedy out on that right flank.
Here's an opportunity, Casey, and it looks like they've been trapped in goal, so a bit of fortune, but clearly playing some good football there.
And mate, that is exactly what the Casey Warriors would have wanted. Compare that set to their set after they scored their first try, and that's 10 times better. Being able to work their way downfield, they risked it a little bit, working to the left edge and then working over to the right edge, and that was fantastic. So not just carting it up through the middle, but they're looking to shift the ball around a little bit, and then got that kick chase on the end of it, and got the ball back.
So Toilu, with that restart, catching it well, and here's Watini in a bulldozing run. So Casey very close now. Here's Watini. And it looks like there's a stoppage here.
Yeah, we've seen another loose play the ball. Unfortunately for Casey Warriors, they're just building pressure. They're building pressure, and they've just released it. So that will be a little bit disappointing for them. And they've got to sharpen up and defend this set. Or will they put another push on?
We'll have to see. And no, it all holds firm for Sunbury as they bring it out. Looks like so Sunbury moving it forward, and a penalty.
And this is really letting them down. I hate to sound like a broken down record, but they really need to sharpen up their discipline there. That's 4 penalties for high tackles or placing pressure around the neck in the tackle.
Yes, so giving themselves every opportunity in Sunbury to come back here. Well, so far they haven't managed to capitalise very well, but let's see what they can do now. Is passing halfway, very strong run. So Sunbury, and again, some contact and not happy. That's John Filippo.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the referee's ruled there. He's obviously might have penalised Filippo for the way he's reacted.
So Casey, opportunity for them. Here's Toilu giving it to Sweet. And Sweet, a nice offload. And that's Toilu again. It's combining well. Strong running. And here's a very good dummy run, and that's Peligutu. So Casey, they shift it left. Here's an opportunity, and again, that's a very simple try in the end. That's Brendan Manase, a star of the VRL.
Yeah, no, he's scored a number of tries this year, and when you see this play, he just runs a little outline on the defender who hasn't clocked that. He's watching the ball, the player inside of him, hasn't noticed that Manase's drifted onto the outside shoulder, And but he's fantastic at running lines close to the line, especially out wide, and that's why he's the equal leading try scorer in the VRL this year.
So 15 tries now for Brendan Manassi. Unfortunately, that was waved away, that kick. So 12-0, KC lead Sunbury. Now the restart again. So here's Casey bringing it forward very nicely as they look to move it through, and there's Matt Constantinu making that tackle.
And after the first quarter of the match, I think you'd be really, really pleased if you were the Casey in the Casey camp. They've played really well. When they've actually controlled the ball and got to their kicks, they've forced a couple of line dropouts, which has been from a distance. So the kick chase has been fantastic, and they've got the points to show for it. Although, as I say that, there's another little error there that could provide Sunbury an opportunity for them to work back into the game.
So Terry Constantinu's on the field. In fact, both Constantinu brothers looking to try and give them a bit of starch and a bit of experience. Can they provide the difference? Well, we'll get a scrum feed for the Tigers and we'll see. So that's Waiga Levika. He feeds it to Roy. Here's now Lisi. And Lisi, what a fantastic run. Jeremiah Lisi, he is over. What a try by Sunbury.
So he's got some serious wheels,
stopped.
I tell you. He's got some serious wheels, eh?
Beg your pardon, he was just pulled up short there.
And lucky he was, because it looked like it might have been a double movement.
So Sunbury continue on as Teroy, inside ball. So they continue it. Here's Teroy again. Right-hand side play. That's a lovely... It's to Levika. And now here's a try. Terry Constantinu. What have they said again?
He's pulled it up. I think there was a hand. One of the Sunbury players went to catch the ball. It come off his hand and deflected forward. So they'll be really disappointed. There's a second opportunity missed by the Sunbury Tigers.
Not going their way at all. Looking to make or move into back-to-back grand finals, Sunbury, and at the moment just not going their way early on.
Well, I think if you were in the Sunbury camp, you'd be thinking, we've had two opportunities down their end and they've looked like scoring on both times. So there's opportunities there. They're going to need to stay patient, stick to their structures. The opportunities will present itself, but they need to be better in their execution in taking advantage of those opportunities.
So Casey looking to bring out of their own in goal, and their own goal line, and they move it forward, looking up to halfway, and the Warriors looking for a kick, and here's the kick. It finds a bit of space, so well done there, and it looks like that's Kirasomi.
Great tactic there, to kick early to be able to find space, and you see again, we see a chase, we see a wall of Casey defenders down there in one line, and just really, they're really trying to make this an arm wrestle at the moment.
That was Lisi as Sunbury move forward, and again, that's some good running. Nice offload.
Terrific offload, and then Fry busts a couple of tackles and gains another 10 metres.
So Segafo with that nice offload as Sunbury passing the halfway. They're really moving well. That's Segafo again. About 40 metres out, Sunbury. So Pitama, here we go, Teroy, and that was Constantinu feeding him that pass. And a juggling act, but still have it. Does Sunbury, and a good strong tackle, but they keep it alive. And again, that was wrapped up, so Sunbury not far out there. It's about 20 metres out, and here's a kick. And who's going to come through? Flying through, but that looks like that's a knock-on play on. Terry Constantinu passes wide. Segafo in the corner. Segafo, what will they? Surely Sunbury can't be denied again. Ref points to the spot, and he will award the try. Sunbury finally on the board, 12-4.
And that was a terrific set, which started inside their own 20. Culminated his kick from Brad Saunders. What's Saunders doing kicking? That's the second time that they've put up a bomb and been able to get the best of the Casey fullback, and then they were able to shift it wide into space and end up being an easy try.
Aaron Teroy looking to convert. Kicked 46 goals this year. Can get to 50 in the semi. Strikes it okay and waved away. So it remains Casey Warriors 12, Sunbury Tigers 4.
Andrew, as we were talking about earlier, having those opportunities, Sunbury just needed to stay patient. They needed to stay patient because at the moment, it's their own errors that are killing them. They've only completed 4 sets from 9. They just need to get through their sets and put the kick downfield. That's what Casey's been doing so much better than them at the moment, and that's why the 12-4 score is reflected by that.
Couldn't agree more, Roscoe. So Sunbury, that was Vol, and Vol's about 40 metres out from his own line. There's now a break. That's some good running. That's Filippo crossing halfway. Sunbury now. That's Vol again.
He's head through the line.
So Butama and Teroy. Here's a kick. And that looks like Lua.
And mate, that is exactly the set that Sunbury needed. They had hard running, straight running, trying to work for the quick play, the balls, get the kick on the end, and they had a much better chase. And now you see the result was that they had Casey down in their own end. But again, the commentators curse. We've got a penalty which releases that pressure.
Some heads down there for Sunbury. You can see in the back shot there. So need to really lift. We've had about 25 minutes of this first half, and it's certainly not all over here for Sunbury, but they just need to hang tough.
Well, I think their heads might have dropped, mate, because they realised the effort that went into gaining that field position and actually pinning them inside their own 20 on the kick chase and their first tackle, and then they know how important that would have been to keep them down there. That was the heads drop, the disappointment.
So Casey Warriors, they look to pass halfway, and Sunbury with some good defence there. And that looks like Ra Gamonsway. That's a good strong run. Now quick play of the ball. That's Toilu. Nice run there by Toilu. There's the goal line that you see. T. Roy, Nawini. Nice dummy, and he's dropped the ball, and again, composure.
Yeah, he's had a great start to the game, but he'll be disappointed with that pass. It was just a little bit too high, and I'm not entirely convinced that it was intended for the second rower out there. But so that's a little bit disappointing. But the structure looked good, and just again, it's just the execution from both these teams. They just both need to sharpen up a little bit.
So scrum feed. There's a number of scrums already in this match, which I guess is a sign of the errors, Roscoe, and also just the set's not being completed.
Mate, both coaches, I think they'll just be a little bit disappointed in the execution, because both teams have shown when they complete their sets that they're both willing to play to the edges. They're both able to gain good field position and create attacking opportunities. It's just that final touch is just kind of letting them down there.
Now it looks like it was a strip. We'll have to see there on the replay, and yes, so Casey will get the scrum feed. Sunbury a knock on.
Yeah, it's a little bit, maybe a little bit tough on that call, but again, I guess the onus is on the ball carrier. You've got to make sure that you secure the ball, and if if you haven't got it, well then you run the risk of the referee adjudicating in the opposition's favour.
Ball security, certainly a premium as Casey, now they move it forward. That's Pisa. Tayroy over the top there, makes that tackle. With Rennie, and that's Hita. Now Casey, Gumon Sway. Another run for him. About 10 metres out now, Casey, and what's going on here?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. It's another error in the ruck, in the play of the ball.
So it's just almost a comedy of errors. I think both teams probably just trying to figure out how they're going to keep the ball without some sort of error, but Sunbury, an opportunity to get some possession back and build a bit of, well, just build some rugby league, I guess.
I feel, Andrew, that the first team who can just get 3-4 sets back to back, there will be points in it for them. We've seen that when you're getting back to back sets for both teams, they're able to build the pressure and score points. And I just think that they just, if they went down and just went, right, let's complete 3 sets, 4 sets, they will get points and then they will gain ascendancy in this game.
And Sunbury helped out again. Here's another chance for them to really go downfield.
Well, it was good hard running, wasn't it? And using a bit of speed out of dummy half, and that's what's put the Casey Warriors under a bit of pressure there. But that is a coach killer, that one.
Aaron Taroya, second time he's missed touch. What can he do to get back into this match? Well, they're going to try, and that's Casey now. That's Butson. He's still going, Butson.
He's a very dangerous runner. He's always looking to break tackles and use his speed and strength.
Passing halfway. And that's Manassi. So Casey there. About 40 metres out. Toilu. And that's Leah. Now Weenie. And that's a strong
Great tackle there. Great tackle.
I think it sounds like he gave him a bit of afters, as you would say, Roscoe, as Casey looked to switch play and try and move it forward. That's Williams. So Chase Williams, and looks like they've lost it again.
Oh, it's a turnover on the last year. Probably that great shot by Sunbury there really probably put them under a little bit of pressure and didn't really have their last tackle option set up the way they would have liked as a result.
Sunbury looked quite eager in this set as they marched down through halfway, and some good running. That's Vol.
Actually, I think it was Vol that pulled off a great tackle in that last set.
So he's contributing well here for Sunbury. And that's Lisi on the cricket pitch there, the cricket block. And it looks like another change of fortune, and, well, Sunbury going to get an opportunity.
Yeah, it was a penalty there for a late tackle after the player had passed the ball. He probably only used his shoulder, and I think that's a warranted penalty there. Just on that, mate, Sunbury have got twice as many penalties, leading the 6-3 penalty count at the moment. So Casey probably letting themselves down a little bit with their discipline, and they need to fix that up.
Sunbury, the defending premiers, he's Pitama. And that's Matt Constantinu. So Pitama now shifting it, and poor pass but well recovered. And that's Ruben Rennie. So now Lisi. Here's Tayroy. And Tayroy is very close. Looks like he might have injured himself in the process.
Yeah, just on that last play where they shifted the ball out to the left, they had plenty of bodies in motion, but again, just lacking that finer execution.
That's a poor option, and that was Lisi, I believe, and so I guess not doing themselves any favours, Sunbury, with those sorts of plays, and Casey now a chance to get outside their own zone. So Matt Constantino getting a talking to by our referee. And a high shot, you can see there, a penalty, relieving penalty for Casey.
Yeah, and they certainly needed that. They were pinned in their corner there. So it helps them gain a little bit of field position and be able to work a set from their stationary point.
So the Warriors lead 12-4. And what's happened here? You've just got to laugh, I guess, Roscoe, because just another error.
Yep. No, they're certainly disappointing for Casey, and it's really going to test their mental state at the moment as we're getting close to the last 5 minutes of the first half, and it's really danger points for them. They won't want somebody to score so close to half time, so they've really got to lift themselves and lift their energy and hold them out, really.
Sunbury, could this be their opportunity? And a nice play, but some strong defence. And again, they have the football. They've gone backwards about 20 metres, but that's Segafol trying to rectify the situation.
Certainly showing a willingness to promote the ball and offload the ball.
Sunbury, that's Pitama. He's moving strongly and he shifts it to Rini. Now that's Vol, and here's some more attacking play, and that's a good option by Filippo. Well tackled though. Now they go left-hand side. This could be a chance. But Rennie's cut down. That's Tayroy. He's very close. In fact, what's happened there? He might have lost it. And a restart.
Yeah, he's ruled that he's lost the ball over the line there, and it's got a 20-metre restart. What I really liked in that set was Pitama was actually starting to get out of dummy half a little bit more, and he was off the back of the strong running. He was bringing his forwards onto the ball, and he was starting to look a little bit dangerous. I really look forward to seeing him do more of that as the game grows.
And the second half's underway. The semi-final, it's 12-4 in favour of the Casey Warriors, looking to record a grand final appearance after Sunbury took out the title last year. Can they get involved? And that's some good, strong start. That was Nathan Young. And here's Sunbury.
Yeah, I think, Andrew, the message from both coaches at half-time would have been around completing the sets. I think both coaches would be reasonably happy with the way they've defended, but each team's putting themselves under pressure. You know, Sunbury have only completed 8 from 16 sets there in that first half, and Casey were not much better. So, we're looking at 50, 60% completions. We're probably each coach would like to get it up to 70.
Michael Butson, he's had the ball for about 30 seconds, but he finally comes to rest. In fact,
does he?
He's still going. This champion fullback, he's probably covered about 50 metres and he's ran about 10 sideways, but finally tackled, so at least the Casey team get a chance to set their attacking line as now wrestle the ground.
We saw that early kick there from Sunbury in their first set, so they're really setting the tone, saying we want to play the game down your end of the field, and we're going to kick, and we're going to chase, and we're going to work hard and pin you down there. I think the big difference between the two teams in the first half, just in attacking terms and their desire, was probably on the kick chase. There were 2 instances there where Casey were kicking from outside the 40-metre line and were able to chase the ball down and force a goal line dropout. And that, to me, was the difference between the two teams in the first half and reflected in the 12-4 scoreline.
Absolutely, Roscoe. And now Casey look to kick ahead, and that bounce is unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter because Jerry Lisi leaves it to go into touch, and they'll get a restart on the 20.
So just trading set for set there on the first one. So this is exactly how both coaches would want their teams to start.
So Jerry Lisi, as Sunbury roll forward. That was well taken. That was Watini. And that's Nathan Young, and Young is put away. So some good covering offence. That was Sweets involved with that tackle. And now Sunbury again. That's Filippo. Well, that's held on quite a long time, but it doesn't matter now because Pitama is still going, and he's wrapped up. That's about 40 metres out from the line. Looks like there'll be a kick now, and Tayroy spreads it. And that's Vol. He's wrapped up. So Sunbury, 30 metres out from their own line. And here's Tayroy. A high kick, but well covered. Fantastic work.
Yeah, fantastic take there by Michael Butson. That will fill him with a bit of confidence after probably not having his best game under the high ball in the first half. But, mate, how about Sunbury just come out running with some intent in those first two sets and really carrying the ball upfield? It's really good to see.
So Julian Keddy, their coach, some strong words perhaps?
Yes, maybe. I think if there were any strong words, I'd say it probably would have come from within the group. They've got some leaders in that team. Both teams do. And I'm sure that both teams are probably not playing to the standards that they've set themselves during the course of the year.
Absolutely. Filled with attacking options. Both teams, as we mentioned in the telecast up front, as now Casey, they're making, this is a good continuous set here, and they're going really well, and that's through Leah, and Leah's finally wrapped up. So giving themselves a chance to promote the football.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. They're willing to offload the ball.
And some good running there. That's Liosa. And Liosa is wrapped up. Casey, spread it. Here's Nawini. Grubber and kick through.
That's another terrific kick.
That's fantastic work. So Sean Nawini getting his team a repeat set.
Oh, he's shown a great kicking game today, and whether it's short kicks, long kicks, he's been able to place them exactly where he wanted, finds a space with most of his kicks, and that's how Casey been able to build their pressure, off the back of his boot and a good kick chase.
So Sunbury, they still trail here by 4 points to 12, and that's a good restart, finds a lot of space.
That's a great kick-off.
And Casey, it's Kata. The unmistakable bald haircut. Not a lot of players wearing the bald haircut today, or maybe it's just a bit short.
Is it short, or has he lost it? I can't tell.
I'll ask him. You can ask him after the match, Roscoe.
Yeah.
And now Casey, a juggling act, but well received, and that's still going. So Manasseh, showing the skills that he's been renowned for this year. This time he just had to hold on to the ball. It's the Warriors now. That's a lovely cutout pass, and that's Leosa. He's wrapped up.
They're really looking to attack on these last two sets, Casey, down their left-hand side attack. I don't know whether there's been an instruction go out or something I spoke about at half time. They're certainly looking to attack to the left-hand side in this second half.
Will they go? Will they? It looks like they'll go right here, Ross, and yes, they do. That's Nawini, and he spreads it. That's Butson, and Butson chimes in. Lovely ball. Paligutu, and there's an opportunity. That's McQueen, but pushing the touch. Fantastic work. Great defence.
Yes, Lisi was just able to get across there just in time and throw his body at McQueen and bump him over the in goal to earn his side the 20-metre restart.
So impressive stuff from both teams there as Sunbury now. That's a strong run, and they're really looking to, I guess, hit back through their own attack. As Nathan Young, he crosses halfway. A good strong run by the front rower.
Yeah, it was a good run, and those two runs have earned their side a penalty. Nice quick play of the balls and catching the Casey defenders offside.
So Roy finds touch. It's about 30 metres out from the try line. And that's Filippo. So the Sunbury team. Here's Young again. Lovely offload.
Certainly been a feature of both teams that I've really enjoyed is the willingness to offload the ball and not die wondering. Although that time it didn't quite work, yeah.
Well, there you go. So Sunbury, they'll keep going on here.
They got 6 again.
6 more tackles for the Tigers, looking to get close to that 12-point mark that the Warriors now have. And lovely pass, but really well held. And that's Filippo.
Great online defence there from the Case Warriors.
So Butson looks like defending that line. Very close. What's the ruling there, Roscoe? Well, it looks like he might have lost it, but then Butson's got the football.
I think what he's ruled there is the Sunbury attacker went over to dive for the try. One of the Casey Warriors defenders has stripped the ball in a one-on-one tackle in the act of scoring a try, and Casey's been able to ground the ball after that. So we've got a goal line dropout, and Sunbury can continue to build this pressure.
He couldn't have scripted it any better apart from scoring a try. So in that instance, Casey, their own worst enemy, trying to strip the ball, but I can't let the
I'm sure the coach would rather have a goal line dropout than a try conceded though.
Yes, true. I take your point. And here's Young. Strong tackle. Equally strong run. And now Sunbury. That's Vol. Still running Vol. That's Manassi had him, and now they go through again. That's Fry. Very close, Fry. So Sunbury again, Roy, cut out pass to Rennie. Rennie gives the ball to Josh McKinnock, and McKinnock scores. Sunbury are back.
It's fantastic. You can see there, great attack. They've got a great structure set up out on this left-hand side there. Players moving around the ball. Taroy throws a ball that goes across Lisi, finds the centre, who just tips it on to Menek, and he'll be very, very happy to score a nice easy try like that, thanks to the great work done inside him.
So Sunbury from out wide, but conversion unsuccessful. It's Casey 12, Sunbury 8, closing the gap here, Roscoe.
Yeah, I think, I don't think the goal kickers will be too pleased with how they're going today.
Yeah, no kicks successful so far, so Sunbury in a great start there.
I spent more time on the field than most of the
As
players.
they run it through.
Looks like Lacey.
It is indeed. So Lisi coming in field to help out his forwards. And Sunbury, and lovely offload. So
Great hands from Taroy to be able to pick that up off his bootlaces.
Taroy going very well there. So here's the Tigers. They pass halfway. And now a kick out of dummy half by Pitama, finding some space. It's a beautiful kick, and Butson's going to have to make a decision. He does. Can he get out of his in goal? It doesn't look like it, and no. Great work. Fantastic kick by Pitama. Sunbury, another repeat.
Gee, they'll be happy with that. They've really turned around the way that they're attacking, the way they're coming out of their own end so far, Sunbury. They've completed their first 5 sets. They've got a kick down out of dummy half, a terrific chase, and forced the goal line dropout, much the way that Casey did in the first half.
So really tight now, the semi-final. You can feel it. You can smell it. It's going to be one of those ones that goes right down to the wire as both teams fighting this out. Sunbury, now that's Levica, making some good, strong progress as they shift it out. So Sunbury, and that's Vol, heavily involved in the last few minutes.
He's had a terrific game so far.
So Pitama a dummy half, and they shift it. That's Matt Constantinou, who played last year for the Victorian, the Greek team.
He played for Victoria this year, absolutely. Great pass there. What a great line. Strong run there.
And it looks like, yes, that's a fantastic try.
I think the pressure's really told there. Taroy taking the ball to the line with Lisi sweeping around the back. That caught the Casey Warriors defender's eyes, and it was just a short pass there to Filippo, who barges his way over. It's a really worked try. They've been building towards that, and then having that nice play on that left-hand side got them over the line.
John Filippo, fantastic try. As Levica, that looks a bit better. He's got it, and Sunbury, for the first time in the semi-final, I believe, 14 points to 12 over the Casey Warriors. As we restart. So Taroy, here's Young. Young, and he's hammered there by 3 Casey defenders. So a strong tackle and a good start to the set by both teams as Sunbury. So some good running again, and now Here's a breakaway. That's Ruben Rennie. Can he link up? Yes, he does. Oh, sensational stuff. And that's Sheldon Pitama under the crossbar. All of a sudden, Sunbury go bang, bang.
Well, that's hasn't Peterma had an influence on the match in the second half? He picks up here, goes out of dummy half. Ruben Rennie's pushing on his outside, goes through the gap. He does really well here because you see Butson sort of fakes him and he's going to go away and then comes at him quickly. He managed to draw him and Peterma pushing through on the inside like all good hookers do. Says, thanks very much. I'll put my team further in front.
So he, as you say there, Ross, started it and then he finished it. And now conversion successful. It's 20 points to 12 in favour of Sunbury. So Lavika adds another 2. So the restart to Roy again, and Young, he says, I'll go again. Gets through one and another tackle, but finally he's laid to rest there. That's Williams.
Really important for the Casey defence here. They've got to really work really hard. They've got to push up off their line and try and force an error, or keep them, worst case scenario, try and keep them in their half. They haven't had the ball in the last 3 sets of 6 in this match, so they desperately need the ball.
So some razzle-dazzle stuff in their own half. Sunbury really trying to get out of there, and so some good work. That's Brad Saunders initially, and a penalty for Sunbury, so a try, and then they get a penalty. Mistake on mistake, Ross.
It is a little bit like that, but you know, that's not what Casey wanted or needed. You know, they need to keep them down their end of the field. Instead, they're going to have to defend their try line by the end of this set of 6.
So Ruben Rennie taps and goes, and Matthews gets pretty well wrapped up there by a couple of KC defenders. One was Waka Sweet, as Matt Constantinou. So Sunbury, that's Young.
So a lot of carries today, Young.
A very high work rate indeed, as Tay Roy, lovely ball, and that's Rent.
Wayne did well to contain him then. He had a little bit of space, looked a little bit dangerous, gave him a little bit of footwork and a bit of a bump, but it was a good tackle.
Yes, on Rennie there, Matt Constantino, another touch. Tay Roy grubbering through, but well covered. Butson doesn't miss many.
And they'll be very relieved to have the ball back now, Casey. They need to get their outside backs to come in and help share the workload around a little bit.
So watch Sunbury swarming defence. That was 3 tacklers on that play, right on their own line here. They've really got to dig deep.
Driving them back. They really lifted Sunbury in the second half.
Certainly turning defence into attack, as they say. Casey, they've only got a couple left. So really struggling to get out of their own half here. What can the kick produce? So a dummy half run. And again driven back, wrestle. That was again Matt Constantinou and Brendan Fry, and now a kick here. Find some space, and all of a sudden there's an opportunity. Can you believe it? Brendan Manasseh, he's going, he's flying down, and they won't catch Manasseh. What a bounce, and they score. Casey are back in it, 16 points to 20.
Well, they'll be absolutely thrilled with that. That's against the run of play. Their first set they've had in a while, and I guess this is a reward for effort. You'd say they got a lucky bounce, and they did, but they pushed through. They worked hard enough so that they were ready to pounce, and boy, Manasseh showed a clean pair of heels there and gets the ball under the upright. Nice easy kick, and you would think that Casey will be getting a fair bit of confidence from that and working their way back into the game.
Manasseh.
Work hard from the inside, mate. Push me too out hard, eh?
16th try of the season. Having a whale of a season here. So this conversion by Sean Nawini is successful, and it's now 18 points to 20. Casey down by 2. So Lisi with the restart, and KC again to build on their strong performance of the last few minutes. So the Tigers looking to wrap them up there.
I'll be keen here to continue this hard running and try and get maybe even an early kick in and get the Sunbury Tigers pinned down inside their own half.
So Tolu, and it looks like they're a knock on. So Casey not happy. Sunbury get an opportunity on about halfway.
And we've just got an update from the Twitter feed at VRL, or at Vic Rugby League, that the Northwest Wolves have defeated Werribee Bears 26 points to 22 in the last play of the match. Gee, that sounds exciting.
Sensational stuff. Last play of the match. Can you get any tighter than that?
It's been a terrific competition this year. We've seen some fantastic matches, and I guess the semi-finals, the closest of this semi-final series already, is reflecting on the talent that is in the Victorian Rugby League.
It's exciting to see for sure. There's another exciting talent. Junior Kirisomi takes it forward, and then a strong dummy half run. That's Lisi. So both wingers helping out early in the set of 6.
Yeah, it looks like Lisi's gone to fullback for Sunbury in the second half.
Sunbury now, they go left. They miss out Matt Constantinu, and they move forward through Rennie.
They rushed up on him. They recognise that he's a bit of a danger man with his footwork and his bump.
Roy, and that's Young. It's a lovely offload from Young. And the Tigers through Vol. He's still going Vol, but buffeting around the KC defence, and they managed to hold him out. And now a little chip away, a grubber and kick, but
he's given 6 again.
Fortune favours the brave. Well, some would say that's brave, and that's very close, Sunbury. But held up is Vol. So now they look to spread it. There's a wide pass. Some great work. Sunbury still going, that's Rennie. Still, and they're wrapped up about 5 metres out now, Sunbury. Quick play of the ball. And rushed up defence, that's great work, that's Lisi. And Brad Saunders. So in the end, it doesn't come to anything.
No, but we saw some fantastic play there. And just as Brad Saunders was reaching out to place the ball down, one of the Warriors defence was able to get to him, and he's just managed to spill the ball as he was about to place the ball on the ground.
That semi-final defence for you. It's a tight one here. It still remains 18 points to 20. Sunbury, a couple of points adrift of this Casey team.
Oh, hang on, we've got something on in back play here, do we?
And KC moving it, spreading it wide. That's great work.
And the referee's going to stop play here.
So it looks like there's an infringement, and that's Nathan Young. He is off and not returning.
Well, I've got to say, I didn't see what happened as I was following the play, but it's certainly something for Sunbury to consider. I'd like to see the charge sheet at the end of the match, because if he's been sent off for striking in the VRL tough love policy, that means he's going to miss one VRL match. So whether that's next week or the grand final, Sunbury are really going to miss Nathan Young. The way he's carried the ball today has been outstanding. So it'll be interesting to see what he's been charged with.
Indeed, as KC moving it forward here. Nice dummy half move. That's Tolu. And now they shift it on the left side for Manasseh, but all of a sudden a turnover, and Sunbury get to counter-attack through Levica.
Yeah, I think Manasseh was just trying to create something there on that left-hand side, trying to look for an offload, poke his nose through, and then Sunbury were able to pounce and then got on the counter-attack straight away.
So Lisi playing dummy half. and taken there by Manassi. And that's Vol once again.
The referee's got him for another high tackle.
So ill discipline. It's costing the KC at the moment.
It's certainly better than it was in the first half, but so was Sunbury's completion rates. I mean, they've only made that one error that when Brad Saunders was going for the try. Much improved. Oh, he's giving him 10 in the bin.
So Baker Tolu is going to the bin. That's another significant moment in this match.
It is. I didn't quite catch what happened there. I don't know whether it was for a bit of back chat or what, but that is 12 on 12 now, folks. Strap yourselves in. We've coming to the end of this match, 12 on 12. That both teams are desperate to win this match. We have a cracking finish.
I've got my seatbelt on, Roscoe. I hope you've got yours, as some more stern words being handed out by the referee, because 12 on 12, as you say, it could be anything at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sure the last thing that the referee wants to be doing is penalising teams. So he wants them to be playing to the best of their ability and having a good game of footy rather than chatting all the time with the ref.
Eli Vol very close there. Here's Sunbury missing out, and that's Lisi.
I thought I was just watching that last play that when Saunders dropped the ball then, that looked exactly the same.
McKinnock taking it, again Lisi. Lisi moving forward, he's still going. Jerry Lisi, but he's lost it. It looks like it's gone backwards, and
He definitely stripped the ball there. You could see that clear as day.
So the penalty, again Casey just holding on, barely holding on.
Putting themselves under pressure, absolutely.
So Peterma going now, and that's Lisi. He wants to do everything today.
Certainly throwing himself in the game.
Right in front of the posts, he's going nowhere. So Peterma goes right-hand side. And now shifting out wide, and that's, yes, Karasomi for the try. Junior Karasomi, fantastic, right in the corner play, and that pushes out Sunbury to 24 points to 18, the lead over KC.
It was a fantastic work try. They got work to the post. They worked out what numbers they had on each side of the field. They actually had the numerical same number of defenders there, KC Warriors, but Sunbury just positioned themselves on the outside of each defender, and that was just a matter of catch and pass, and Karasomi did a good job in the corner there. He still had a little bit of work to do, and managed to get the ball down for the try.
So Lavica from the sideline, and he's waved away. The score remains Sunbury 24, KC 18. So we've had 71 minutes, only 9 to go. So Sunbury. That's Rennie. McKinnock. The run from dummy half. That's very strong run.
Terrific run. Really getting his team on the front foot there.
And again, Sunbury, and that's nice offloading. So they've passed the halfway well and truly. Really momentum all with Sunbury now. And they shift it wide. That's a lovely ball. And that's Terry Constantino. Lovely pass. That's Karasomi. He gets a double. 28-18. All of a sudden, Sunbury have shot ahead.
Oh, to go back-to-back like that is fantastic. It was a terrific pass there over on the right-hand side of the field for Sunbury. Constantino summed it up well, drew the fullback, and threw a really nice pass out to Karasomi. He can't believe his luck in the last 3 minutes.
Sunbury turning on some of that premiership winning attack as Lavica from the sideline. It looks pretty good, and he's got it. Can you believe it? 30 points to 18. It's now 12 points of difference. KC need to score 3 tries in all of 7 minutes.
They've just shown they need to roll the dice a little bit here. They need the ball back. They need it desperately.
So Lavica making sure of that one. And that's McKinnock again. Attracted 3 defenders, one of them being Sweet. And now they give it a bit of air, and all of a sudden a gap opening. That's Rennie. Rennie's got Lisi on his outside. He gives it back to Lisi. And Jerry Lisi will go under, and all of a sudden it's 3 tries in 3 minutes. 34 points to 18. Sunbury with a kick to come.
Well, this is just unbelievable. I cannot believe that they can score 3 tries. Bang, bang, bang. Great ball over on the left-hand side to Ruben Rennie, who just ran that nice outline, just had a little bit too much speed. Draw and pass to Lisi, who's actually got wheels. He can move. And he was probably about the only person who could keep up with Ruben Rennie there, to be honest. And then draw and pass, round under the post. Happy days for Sunbury Tigers.
So after a match that was seesawing in its intensity, Sunbury have opened up the wound. It's now a gushing wound. And I don't think Casey are going to be able to recover here.
Well, they just need the ball, mate. They need to get the ball back, and they need to score it very, very quickly to give themselves a sniff.
36 points to 18. Casey are down this one. Are they out, though? Sunbury will... In fact, look, here's an
There's a great leap from Butts in there to win his team the ball back.
So, Casey, well, they've just answered my question when I was talking there. As the Warriors, they move it forward. And now inside pass there, and juggling but lost. So all of that has now gone, and they keep it alive. Here, this could be another one for Sunbury. Here's Terry Constantino. Look at the gas. He's still going. He's gone past 30, 20. They will not stop Terry Constantino. He goes under the sticks, and you've got 40 points to 18. See you in the grand final, Sunbury.
I think it is. It was a little bit unfortunate. They really had to change their hand there, the Casey Warriors, and they were, again, it was just that little bit of execution just let them down. And the Sunbury Tigers, well, their confidence is just sky high at the moment. They just pounced. And Terry Constantino, wow, he can move as well. Great try there for the Sunbury Tigers. A little bit unlucky for the Casey Warriors. But I'll tell you what, it showed a bit of character from the Warriors. They're still willing to dip in and have a go and still try and get some points. So, although it looks like they will be playing next week, you know, they're still digging in for each other.
That's right, Casey. Never say die. Remember, 1 plays 2 here today, so the loser of this match goes into another match to contest the grand final.
And as we found out earlier, that will be against the Northwest Bulls at Langama Park up in Sunbury next Saturday.
Great venue up in Sunbury, Langana Park, as Sunbury pass halfway. And Constantino at dummy half.
When you look at the Sunbury performance, it really is a tale of 2 halves. A 50% completion rate in the first half compared with, they've completed, get this, 14 from 15 sets so far in the second half. And I'd challenge any team to be able to defend a team of Sunbury's class with that weight of possession.
It's incredible stuff, Ross. Thank you so much for that. As Roy up and under, but taken well. And Butson looks to get his side back and attempting to go, all about 80 metres. So here's Leosa moving in to dummy half as now Casey wrapped up well and truly. Kurosomi and also Petermar puts the tackles on there as Casey looked like he almost lost it there, but in the end, no, still have the football. The Warriors. And it's a nice run, but in the end wrapped up. That's Lakapo. And some fancy footwork by Nawini. Sean Nawini, all of a sudden from nothing. And that's Manasseh, and yes, Brendan Manasseh. He caps off a good match to score a try. It's 22 points to 42.
And but probably the best player for the Casey Warriors today, I think, has been Sean Nawini. And he had Manasseh, of course. He can sniff out a try. Hunting him up in support there. To get a hat-trick in a beaten team is Not a bad effort, I'd say, for Manassi. He's had a couple of golden touches and some good push, but Nawini's definitely been Casey's best player, I think, today. And it's fairly easy to see why he must be up there, Sean Nawini, in the VRL Player of the Year
Lots of points.
leaderboard. He must be. I just think he's been so consistent all year, and he showed it again today. But unfortunately for him, he couldn't lead his side to victory.
That's it. It's all over. Terrific second half by Sunbury. The Casey Warriors will play the Northwest Wolves at Langama Park. On behalf of myself and Ross Antonelli, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.